and I appreciate his courage and his bravery.
We're heartbroken and gutted by the news of Charlie, his death, the manner in which he died.
He's good and he's a Christian.
Charlie Kirk raised our generation, Gen Z.
So Charlie might be in the arms of our Lord and Savior at this point, but that means that each and every one of us can step in and fill his shoes.
He was an important person in my life and our lives.
Sheila Gunn-Reid for Rebel News. It is Sunday night. I am at the Alberta legislature with approximately 1,500 of my fellow Albertans to honor the life and legacy of slain American civil rights icon Charlie Kirk. He was slain on Wednesday, assassinated by a radical left-wing terrorist who had been taken into the extremist transgender movement. Tonight's vigil in the capital city is part of a growing movement to honor Charlie Kirk. Vigils have been held in cities and towns all across North America and frankly all across the world. Tonight there is in fact a sister vigil in Calgary where thousands more are uniting to promise to carry on Charlie's legacy. Let's head into the crowd and let's go check it out. Why was it important for you to be here tonight?
It was important for my daughter because, you know, the future free speech, right? And she's a big Charlie Kirk fan.
You're a big Charlie Kirk fan? Why?
Because he's good and he's a Christian and he believes in Jesus.
I came to the vigil to stand in solidarity with everybody else that's here that is grieving the loss of Charlie Kirk.
He's a really important person and not enough people stand up for what he did.
I appreciate that he went onto college campuses and spoke openly about what he believed.
I wanted to teach my boys to have courage because they didn't know who Charlie was, and now they know, and now they want to follow in his footsteps.
We're heartbroken and gutted by the news of Charlie, his death, the manner in which he died. And we just wanted to come by and stand with all of those who supported Charlie, though there's probably not a full consensus with what everybody agreed to with what Charlie's message is, but we were just thankful for the way he stood with boldness.
Charlie Kirk raised our generation, Gen Z, and they got our generation into politics and into conservatism.
He was an important person in my life and our lives, and what was done was absolutely cruel and devastating, and it means a lot to show our support for Charlie Kirk and his family.
See, we're a conservative Christian family, and it's been for a long time now that we've been feeling that our values have been not represented within our country, our government.
And I appreciate his courage and his bravery. The fact that he went into the Lion's Den and went on a college campus and spoke of godly conservative values, I admire that.
I never knew about Charlie until about what happened about a week ago, and since then I've been really inspired and watching all his videos and his debates. He really inspired me to take more risk, and what I mean by that is not to be afraid no more, and not to stand and to stand up for Jesus.
The way he articulated his biblical Christian worldview and how he let truth in a very cordial, loving manner be what defended him. And so, yeah, we just felt like it was a good thing to come out and partake.
If it wasn't for Charlie Kirk, I feel like Trump wouldn't have got the younger vote, like the 18 to 24-year-old vote. It's just crazy how that happened.
He was a person who was able to hear other opinions and perspectives and converse normal.
Charlie Kirk's death to me is symbolic, given that it took place on a university campus, of all places, where truth is supposed to be spoken and at least heard. Instead of engaging in debate, his life was snuffed out and taken from him.
There's no reason for him to get just assassinated like that, because he was just a voice.
Well, it's almost 10. The vigil is starting to wrap up. People are starting to stream out. There were no real disruptions. There was one Handmaid's Tale LARPer. The ladies of the left have to get themselves a new book. She came looking for a fight. She didn't get it. She interrupted the silent prayer by co-opting it into a stunt for herself. And then throughout the vigil, during the other speakers, the dangerous Christians came along and prayed over her. She came for a fight. Instead, she got a deliverance ministry. Then her brain sort of short-circuited and she sat in the water. So she got prayed over and maybe swimmer's itch. So good job, Handmaid's Tale ladies of Edmonton. We heard from MPs, MLAs. We had MP Arnold Viersen, who's very open about his Christian faith. We also had Jennifer Johnston speak tonight. She's a United Conservative MLA who was subject to a struggle session at the hands of the same transgender radical Carla Marks, who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death and then offered for the same to happen to Alberta's Premier Daniel Smith. I talked to people in this crowd today who had not heard of Charlie Kirk until this week, and yet they were here celebrating his life, celebrating his legacy, and vowing to do what they can to take up the mantle and bring his message of free civil debate into their own lives. And I think that is probably the best way for us to honor Charlie's life's work. You know, I came to this vigil somber, and it was somber, but it is also upbeat, and it is filled with people who are ready to fight for their culture, for their values, for the open expression of their faith, and for a better future for all of us. And for that, I'm very grateful. One of the things Charlie Kirk fought against was the sexual indoctrination of our children in our schools at the hands of sex activist teachers and trustees. To sign our petition, go to noclassroomgrooming.com.